Hey guys, it's Alyse, and today I'm going to be sharing with you what my goals are for 2017. I cannot believe 2016 is already coming to an end. It feels like this past year flew by, and I'm really excited to share my goals with you for this upcoming year and also share with you, in my opinion, what the difference is between setting goals and actually reaching those goals that you have set for yourself. I have been a huge planner pretty much for my entire life. I love planning things, writing goals, and I really do feel like I have focused in on what the secret is to actually achieving the goals that I set for myself. So I'm excited to share that with you after I share my actual goals with you. So I've been working on this maybe for the last hour or so. I just have this little notebook and it is split up into 3 categories. The 3 categories are personal, health, and business. So if you don't run your own business, that category might be something else for you. Maybe it's social and it includes goals that you have regarding your family and your friends, meeting new people, stuff like that. It can be anything that you want, but my 3 categories are personal, health, and business. My health category I have split up into nutrition and fitness. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through here real quick and share with you what my goals are for this upcoming year. And remember guys that I'm going to be hiking the Appalachian Trail, which is gonna be taking up almost half of my 2017 year. I'll be hiking from around April until October, so I kind of have 6 months of time to achieve all these goals that I have for myself, although some of them are applicable to me being on the trail as well. So my personal goals include journaling on a weekly basis. There were 6 months of my life that I journaled every single day, and I kid you not, that was one of the most transformative periods of my life, but I've really fallen out of that regular habit and I want to dive back into it. So I've set a goal to journal on a weekly basis, not necessarily every day, but as often as I can. Another personal goal that I have for myself is to say daily positive affirmations and think about things that I'm grateful for. Again, when I did these things on a regular basis, it was a very positive time in my life. So I want to get back to doing that on a daily basis. First thing when I wake up, think about some positive affirmations and also what I'm grateful for. Another one of my personal goals is to get educated. For those of you who have been tuning into my videos for a while, you know that I actually dropped out of college a little bit over a year ago, and throughout this past year I have gained a lot of life experience, but there are some other things that I feel like I've been lacking in my life. So there are a couple of things that I want to educate myself on a little bit more. So the things that I want to learn a little bit more about are micronutrients, body mechanics, zero waste, and creating things on my own, so like DIY projects. Also sales and marketing and photography. So that concludes all of my personal goals. I tried to keep it concise and specific because that really enables me to follow through with the goals that I've set, and I'll talk more about that later. My health related goals under the nutrition category include meditating and or praying before meals, like just really expressing gratitude for the food that I'm about to eat. And that's something I've wanted to do for such a long time, but I've never actually implemented it into my life. So that is one of my nutrition goals. I also want to focus on making my meals like visually appealing. When I first got into raw food and veganism, I used to decorate my meals and make them so beautiful. And I find that I really enjoy eating much more when I do that, rather than just like throwing things into a bowl or onto a plate and not really taking the time to make it beautiful. So that's one of my goals, is to get back into that. My third nutrition goal is to complete a 30-day juice cleanse. I aim to start a juice cleanse on January 1st and to at least complete 7 days, because that's kind of like where the little hump is, and once you get over like 5 days or 7 days, then it gets a little easier. So I'm not sure if I will complete the 30-day juice cleanse in January or perhaps a month after the trail, but I will be juicing starting in January. So be sure to follow my journey with that over on my personal channel. I'll link that down below. And my fitness goals, of course, are to complete the entire Appalachian Trail. I'll be starting in Georgia, going all the way up to Maine. And another fitness goal is to just really be consistent with weightlifting and running. over the past 2 years, I've been pretty consistent, but there have been times that I have slacked off, and it just doesn't feel good to not be consistent. So that is one of my goals, is to just do those things regularly. Another goal that I have is to stretch on a daily basis. I never ever stretch. Like once in a blue moon I will stretch, and my body, I'm sure, would perform so much better in the gym if I was stretching on a regular basis. So that's one of my fitness goals, is to stretch daily. Another fitness related goal is to go on more adventures that involve physical activity. I just want to go on more adventures in general on this island, around the world, and I want to be active in doing so. That concludes all of my health related goals. I have quite a few business goals. I get really excited about my business. Raw Alignment is like my little baby, and I get so excited about creating new projects for you guys, and it's also fulfilling for me. So here are my business goals. The first one is to get the Appalachian Trail adventure experience documented. My friend Kyle is going to be documenting that, and it's gonna be so epic. I'm really excited to share more details about that with you. My next goal, well, I have a lot of goals about like creating new things for you. So I want to create a recipe ebook, which will be raw and cooked vegan meals combined. Also, I want to create a workout program, a coloring book, a new apparel line, which is in the making, and I want to upgrade my juice program. I have this Juice Cleanse program, but I made it before I really got like I don't know, more comfortable on the computer, like creating guides and ebooks like that. So now I have a new program called InDesign. That's what I made my self-love ebook with. So I just want to go through and redo the Juice Cleanse program. And then I also want to hold another retreat next winter. Addison and I were talking about maybe holding a retreat this February, but it seemed a little too rushed. So that is in my business goal list for 2017, but it'll probably be after the Appalachian Trail. So that concludes all of my goals for this year, and they might change and evolve as time goes on, but I'm pretty excited about them. Now I want to share with you the difference between setting these goals and actually reaching these goals, because like I shared in the beginning of this video, I have been setting goals for myself for years and years and years and years. I always do this before the new year starts, and I often do this at the beginning of every month as well. So I feel like I have had a lot of practice with this, and when I look back at notebooks and notes on my phone and wherever I write my goals, I kid you not, I have reached almost every single one of them. And I want to share the details about how I did this with you so that you can achieve your goals too. Instead of just writing them down and, you know, 5 months later realizing that you haven't even started working towards that goal, I want to share with you how you can achieve every single one of your goals for 2017. So the first secret for achieving your goals is to stop focusing on the outcome and start focusing on the action. Now, what I mean by this is we often set goals for ourselves like, I want to be more fit, I want to feel more confident, I want to reach this X number of subscribers. And those are goals that are really focused on the outcome. We're focusing on the end result, but we're not focusing on the steps that it takes to get there. So that's something that I have done in the past, and I still do every time I set goals. I think about that end result, that goal, that outcome, but then I break it down and I think about the action steps that I have to take in order to make that goal achievable. So for example, if my goal is to get fit and to transform my body in some way, I should have another goal to focus on, which is being more active. And then you can break it down even further. So this is the second secret, is to be as specific as possible with setting your goals. So not only do you need to be active in order to become a more fit person, but you need to figure out what you're going to do in order to be more active. Are you going to get involved with yoga? Are you going to start swimming? Are you going to run? Are you going to weightlift? What type of physical activity are you going to do in order to be active? And on what basis are you going to do that? How often are you going to do those things? So perhaps a more specific goal would be, I am going to engage in a 60-day yoga challenge, and you're gonna do yoga every single day, and get really specific with yourself. Are you gonna go to a yoga class? Are you gonna do yoga at home by yourself, following a YouTube video or making it up as you go? get really specific with your goals. So there you go. You have just taken, I want to get more fit, to I'm going to complete a 60-day yoga challenge. And you can even set a goal for yourself of what months you want to complete that during. If you want to feel more confident, if that's your goal, then you should be practicing more self-care, practicing more self-love, and get really specific. In what ways are you going to practice self-love? Are you going to start journaling? Are you going to start going for walks every morning by yourself? Are you going to start saying positive affirmations? Are you going to start making yourself a really healthy breakfast? What are you going to do to care for yourself in order to become more confident? So if you have already created a list of goals for 2017 and they're pretty vague and they're pretty basic and they're focused on the outcome, I really encourage you to go back through that list and think about the action steps that you must take in order to reach that goal, in order to make that outcome achievable. So those are my 2 secrets, my 2 tips for you to actually achieve your goals this year in 2017. Make sure that you are focusing on the action steps instead of the outcome. It's good to have an idea of what you want the outcome to be, but really focus on what you're gonna do in order to get to that place, in order to make that your reality. And the second thing, again, is to just get as specific as possible. Okay guys, so those are my goals for 2017, along with my tips on how to achieve your own personal goals. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and share it with any friends or family who you think will benefit from my secret tips on how to achieve goals. And I also want to let you know that my self-love ebook is still on sale for 50% off, and that sale will run until the 1st of 2017. So if you want to get 50% off of that, just use the code New Year, and I'll put the link down in the description below for where you can check out that self-love book. If self-care and self-love is one of the things on your list of goals for 2017, this is definitely a book that you're going to want to check out. I include my entire self-care routine in there, what I do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to care for myself, and I also share tons of inspiration and guidance on how you can create your own personal self-love routine that fits and works best for you. So again, 50% off until the 1st of the year. Use the code New Year, and I'll put the link down in the description below. And I will see you in the next video. Hope you have an awesome day. Bye.